Good day. This is the Steppin Razor, the art of war. We start out with a soundtrack from the movie Sprinter. If you don't see it yet, you better go see it. It's a very good movie, Jamaican movie, all Jamaican movie, Sprinter. Yes, we now join Dwight Fraser live on location at Sam Sharp Square. BOJ's National Financial Inclusion Strategy. Dwight.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Muta. Good afternoon. As you said in the introduction, it's Sam Sharp Square. Sam Sharp Square. Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay, where we're coming to with this live outside broadcast. And just to let our listeners know that this outside broadcast is part of Bank of Jamaica's road tour. And the road tour, of course, began in St. Thomas some months ago. And now we're in Montego Bay. We speak today about financial inclusion, as well as the other financial strategies that the Bank of Jamaica has in store for the many persons here on location. The fruitsman here, many persons here gathering around the booth by the Bank of Jamaica, just trying to gather information, just trying to gather information from Milani, who is the lady in charge of the booth. BOJ, though, have taken over the square, mind you, and if you know Market Street and the Sam Sharp Square, you have at least some 5 hours to participate in the on-the-ground activities. Of course, on the stage later on will be several competitions to win many prizes, but the plan by the Bank of Jamaica is to travel the entire island. We went to Morant Bay, as I said in the introduction. And where else we traveled, Melanie?
We went to Port Maria.
Right, when we had rain, and here...
Let's do the drought.
And here we are. It's slightly overcast conditions, though the sun came out in all its glory earlier on, and we had to seek shelter and just keep ourselves hydrated. Melanie Williams, National Financial Inclusion Coordinator, head cook, bottle washer. How are you doing?
Blessed and highly favored.
Yes, man. I like that answer.
Absolutely.
Today, Melanie, we're here in Montego Bay. What has been the feedback from many of the persons who have been to the booth in gathering and checking out the information?
Well, very positive, and we're so happy to be here with IRI FM because, it's a people station. So here we are and interacting with everyone. They're interested in learning about what BOJ actually does. They want to know about financial inclusion and what it means to be financially empowered and financially literate. It's been really positive.
Also, let me ask, where the flyer is concerned, what are the immediate points of focus for financial inclusion?
Financial literacy, making sure that we have more products and services that are actually better suited to the needs of our Jamaican people coming out of the financial institutions. Having products that not only cater towards the large enterprises, but our micro entrepreneurs, our small business entrepreneurs, and our medium-sized entrepreneurs. It's all about ensuring that we empower Jamaicans through finance.
Financial inclusion is including, as we had said in previous broadcasts, the jellyman, the sky juice man, the dressmaker, the tailor, and so on.
Right, the hairdresser, the person who is setting up their own entertainment management business, the person that is actually engaged in photography. We have a great photographer with us today, Darren Wright. He has his own business. It's amazing. The world has changed. You no longer have to just think of getting a job, going through high school or college and working for someone else. You can be your own businessman, businesswoman.
And of course, the Bank of Jamaica, with today's Financial Inclusion Road Show, will give the details, will provide all the necessary information for persons wishing to do so.
Exactly. It's all about the policy development and making sure that we tell people where to go for the business services that they need, business support services that they need, the funding that they need, and we're in partnership with great institutions like Development Bank of Jamaica, Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, and of course, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation.
Many people might be wondering, though, Melanie, why should they care about financial inclusion?
Because it's really about empowering them. We're changing the dynamic. We're shifting the focus of our entire financial system to the average consumer. So the consumer is at the center of the economy. So when they walk into a bank and they need to have something dealt with quickly, they can find that customer service rep on the floor who can address their concerns.
Which brings me to the next question. Is financial inclusion then just about banks?
More than banks. It's also about the non-banks that are offering service in the space. We have regulated entities like Alliance that has different products out there that actually provide what we call electronic retail payment services, or what people call mobile money.
Yes.
In fact, we have quite a number of providers in the space that are doing that. Some in partnership with banks, some that are non-banks. And we also have entities that are like credit unions, for example, which are non-banks that meet the needs, the financial needs of their members on the ground. The Jamaica Cooperative Credit Union League is big for us.
So a man or a woman in this general geographic space, hearing this broadcast on RFM with a desire to start up a small business, you can provide information and they can perhaps access loan right away on location.
Right. What we're doing is telling them what they need to know in terms of accessing a loan, what they need to know about how to actually get their credit report, what they need to know about their own type of collateral that they can use to support the payment back of the loan to any institution, and where to go. And don't just think about banks, think about the range, of other financial institutions. You have microfinance institutions, you have credit unions, you have building societies. We all have a stake in this economy and we all have to make it work.
And I recognize that part of this broadcast, or part of these broadcasts, is to change that mindset and that concept, not to just think bank. How can I access financial inclusion? How can people listening to this broadcast get information? Any phone number?
Well, yes, you can go on to the main switchboard of Bank of Jamaica at 876-922-0750, and you can call extension 4445, that's 4445, or you can call me directly at 876-822-8367. Be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Also, you can go onto the Bank of Jamaica website. We're also on Twitter and we're also on Facebook. On Twitter, we're at Central Bank JA, and of course, we have that great program, Centrally Speaking, on the one and only Irie FM.
Yes, thank you so much. Milady, you're going to run for now, but later on we'll catch up. And of course, you'll provide me with a whole lot more information as it regards financial inclusion.
Absolutely. Blessings always.
Thank you so much. Milady Williams, of course, she is the National Financial Inclusion Coordinator with the Bank of Jamaica. This is their Financial Inclusion Road Tour, and we're in Montego Bay, Sam Shop Square to be exact. We throw it back to Muta when next you join us. We continue with the information, the live activities from our outside broadcast. Muta?
Yes, that was Dwight Fraser, live on location at the Sam Shop Square. Really, BOJ's National Financial Inclusion Strategy outside broadcast.
I am Patrice Walters with the local and international headlines. The Ministry of Gender is moving through the process to operationalize the first national shelter for women. The government purchased property last year and work is being done to transform the space. Gender Minister Olivia Grange said a property in St. Thomas has been identified and another in Hanover is being looked at. Regarding the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation, Ms. Grange said the organization has been removing the major obstacles that would try to stop adolescent mothers from leading successful lives. She informed that last year, UNESCO recognized the work of the foundation as one of the best in the world and gave the Women's Center its prize for girls and women's education. The prize came with an award of $50,000 to further its work. Meanwhile, in collaboration with AIDS Healthcare Foundation, the Women's Center launched its Advancing Secondary, Tertiary, and Remedial Education for Adolescent Mothers, a stream program. Ms. Green was making a contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament. 253 persons have been killed on the nation's roadways since the start of the year. In light of this, the Road Safety Unit is renewing the call for motorists to desist from speeding. Motorists are also being urged to keep left while driving, to drive within the posted speed limits, and to not overtake around the corners. In news overseas, the U.S. federal government is to resume executing death row inmates after a 16-year hiatus. Attorney General William Barr said in a statement he had directed the Bureau of Prisons to schedule the executions of 5 inmates. Barr said the 5 had been convicted of murders or rapes of children or the elderly. The executions have been scheduled for December 2019 and January 2020. Finally, Paris saw a record high temperature of 42.6 degrees Celsius on Thursday amid a heat wave that broke records across Western Europe. A red alert was issued for North France. Meantime, Germany also set a new national temperature record of 41.5 degrees Celsius, bypassing the figure set just a day before, while the UK had a recorded temperature for July of 38.1 degrees Celsius, with trains told to run more slowly to stop rail buckling, and the Netherlands also recorded its highest ever temperature at 40.7 degrees Celsius. Those were the local and international headlines. Major news is next at 5:45. From the RFM Newsroom, I'm Patrice Walters.
Yes, Steppin Razor. Yes, Steppin Razor for true. Yes, the hour between 2 and 3 is brought to you by Floor. Brought to you Floor. Oslan with Floor. At the beginning of the program, we're going to try play a tune, and we're going to try finish play the tune. Here we are listening to the news, and we are hear what them say. Mr. Royal Reid get a credit card, and it have a cap and last almost about 3,800 US, 2,800 US. Anyway, according to what I hear, all FIM party members them said them never know the government give credit card to people to deal with certain expenses. So them a try to figure out now, for instance, now Colonel Charles ball out. And I think some of the one of them they ball out say them never know say card I give it to get money I get for go pay for taxi and all them something there. But it's the thing I get thicker. But all the year I go on, you know, we will see how them go curve the ball, you know. Yeah, man. Just watch in front of you, and you're going to see this thing just play out in such a way that even you yourself can't believe, say, it curved that way there. Yeah, because them do it already with the Petrojam thing. Them do it already with Petrojam. And you see, when them curve the ball, it's going to make you feel a way like, say, oh, you could have think that. Yeah, after them do it, you know. Anyway, we want to let go this tune now. We want to let go this tune now by Cocoa-Tea. And Cocoa-Tea catch the vibes proper. Long time you know your Cocoa-Tea do a tune like this, you know. Yes, Coco, you go and sweet to that tune now. So we're going to listen, we're going to make you hear that tune now. Believe you me, listen.
In touch.
Well, Dwight, we have a dedicated division within the ministry.
Yes.
That was established in 2016 to serve this sector specifically.
Yes.
Now they can contact us directly. My direct office number is 968-8730.
Give us that number again.
Yeah, that's 876-968-8730.
Okay.
They can also email me directly at omshaw@mycaf.gov.jm. And also they can visit our website, because we have a dedicated website as well that will give them information on how they can access a variety of services cost effectively at mycaf.gov.jm/content/MSME.
And that is MICA, is that MICA?
MICAF, MICAF.
Okay, MICA.
Right, which is the acronym for the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries.
And Fisheries, okay.
Right, all in lower cases.
Oral Shaw.
Yes.
We thank you so much, sir. Principal Director, MSME Office in the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, for sharing the information. We thank you so much again.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye.
All right, so that's Oral Shaw, and we gave you his title. We throw it back to the studio now, where the word that we're at Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay with the Bank of Jamaica National Financial Inclusion outside broadcast. This is your road tour of their Pushing Financial Inclusion strategy. Come on down and learn all you can learn about financial inclusion strategy. That is, of course, to access loans, not necessarily from banks, but of course from credit union and so on. And if you have a business plan, they help you to streamline that, to correct, and also to make it presentable. If you're approaching an institution to, of course, expand your business, calling persons within Salem, Flanker, Lilliput, Rosal, Tucker, Rosite, Cambridge, and other surrounding communities. Prizes to be won, information to be had, and a whole lot more. Keep it locked in the nation's #1 Muta continues. Muta?
Yeah, that was a Dwight Fraser live on location at the Sam Sharp Square, BOJ's National Financial Inclusion Strategy outside broadcast. And we're reminding you that the hour between 3 and 4 is brought to you by Prince Avery, Growers Choice, Organic Fertilizer, 6 Seabreeze Avenue, Kingston 2. Good for all crops, including medical marijuana. Call 930-6067. Okay, all right. Which program you do again? Oh, Steppin Razor. This is the Steppin Razor, the art of war, may I tell you. Why, sir? I'm not saying a thing. I'm not saying a thing. I'm going to go forward to the cockatoo tune. Because the cockatoo tune now is saying what I want to say today. I cannot say it because the program get twisted in a certain way. So I'm going to play the cockatoo tune. Yes. We now join Dwight Fraser live on location at Sam Sharp Square, BOJ's National Financial Inclusion Strategy. Yes, sir.
Yes, Muta, thanks so much again here at Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay, as you said in that introduction. The Bank of Jamaica with this road tour now drumming up a storm. Many persons just leaving work and stopping by to gather as much information as possible at the Bank of Jamaica booth, with prizes to be won, information to be had. Of course, it's a financial inclusion strategy road tour where persons can access information in regards getting loans, setting up business, and so on. Financial inclusion means improving access to financial products, services, and information for the ordinary Jamaican citizens and entrepreneurs, as well as increasing the usage of such financial services which will empower their lives, empower their business, empower the ordinary consumer. Dr. Wayne Robinson, the Deputy Governor of Bank of Jamaica, should be online with us. Dr. Wayne Robinson, are you with us?
Hi. Yes, hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yeah, man. Thanks so much, Dwight Fraser here. The vibes is right here on the ground, Dr. Robinson. Certainly many persons seem interested in getting information from the Bank of Jamaica to empower their lives. And certainly it's a good look. But my opening question to you, as it regards inflation, it's a term being bandied about on many occasions, especially in financial circles. But what does the word inflation mean?
Well, thanks for the question. And I mean, we're quite happy for the interest in financial inclusion and matters relating to economic policy.
Right.
Inflation basically means the increase in the price of goods and services in the country. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when you go to the supermarket and you say, boy, prices have gone up, what you're really saying is that there is inflation. Or if you say, boy, you know, my light bill went up last month, you're really talking about inflation. To think about it another way, let's say you go to the shop, and let's say you spend about $300 or $400 to buy 2 pounds of flour, a pound of sugar, and say a tin of mackerel. That's last week. And this week now, you go back with the same amount of money.
Right, to buy the same 3 items.
Yes, so you find that you could only buy maybe 1 pound of flour and a tin of mackerel. What is happening here is that the purchasing power, what we say is called the purchasing power of your dollar, has fallen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that, in essence, is inflation.
So continue, sorry.
Right. So inflation, I mean, hurts consumers. But even though consumers will also complain that, you know, to the businessman when they're increasing the prices, inflation also hurts the businessman as well. Because when inflation is high and unpredictable, that is, when prices are moving at such a pace that you don't know where it will be next week or where it will be next month, you clearly will be in a situation where it's difficult for you to plan. And if as a business you can't plan properly, you will fail. You will go out of business. So So that is why, because high inflation has this adverse impact on consumers and businesses, this is why the
negative impact, might I add, yes.
Yes, is committed to an environment in which we have low, stable, and predictable inflation. By that, what we mean is that the prices are moving, yes, but the rate or the pace at which they are moving is such that it doesn't cause concern or alarm. Now, I should hasten to add that when we say low inflation, it doesn't mean that prices aren't moving, nor does it mean that prices are falling. All that it means is that it is increasing at a very slow pace.
But Dr. Robinson, in the context of inflation, as you explained it for the layman, the difficulty for the consumers, truth be told, is the fact that when they get a basic salary, that is fixed and doesn't move, and everything around him is moving upward.
Yes.
So here is where I ask you now, how does the BOJ, the Bank of Jamaica, help to manage inflation?
Okay, excellent question. So first of all, we need to kind of understand really what caused inflation, really.
Yes.
I'm sure your listeners would have heard the term inflation happens when you have too much money chasing too few goods. Yeah,
certainly.
Persons have heard that.
Right.
But basically, inflation will happen when the demand for the goods and services are outpacing or are exceeding the availability of those goods and services.
Indeed.
And that will cause the price to rise. So what Bank of Jamaica actually then tries to do is to manage that demand so that that demand doesn't really outpace the supply. You following me?
Yes.
And to do that, we use different tools. In the language of central bankers, we use monetary policy tools.
Right.
For example, we use interest rates. And Bank of Jamaica's main tool to manage inflation is interest rates. And when we change interest rates, it affects the availability of money in the economy and hence the spending power of
the ordinary man
within the economy.
Yes.
So essentially what we're trying to do is manage that demand.
Just before you run, Dr. Robinson, final one, how is the BOJ trying to encourage expansion of credit? Because people having a difficulty in the society, and we can't fool ourselves, in accessing credit.
Yes. Well, let me first say that, we have been trying to encourage the expansion of credit, both to large businesses and small businesses and households. And why we're doing this is because the rate of inflation in Jamaica, even though, we may complain that it's a problem, the rate of inflation in Jamaica now is actually at historic lows.
At what percent?
That presents for us an opportunity for the Bank of Jamaica to use its policy tools to try to stimulate economic activity, to try to stimulate more business. And to do that, we therefore try to encourage more credit, which will then allow persons to invest and for businesses to grow. Now, how does that work? Well, credit growth or the availability of credit in part is really influenced by the amount of money that banks have available to lend. And related to that, it's also influenced by the cost that the banks charge to people, which is the lending rate.
Which is very high, as we know, Dr. Robinson.
But it is falling. Right? So what we have done is that we have reduced our own interest rates, that is the Bank of Jamaica's interest rate, which is our policy rate, to historic lows. And in addition to that, we have taken action to ensure that there are more funds available in the system for banks to lend. So we're operating by increasing the amount of funds in the system and also reducing interest rates.
Dr. Robinson, we're out of time, but I certainly want to thank you. We could continue, but certainly thank you for the information that you shared and the education that you provided. Thanks again.
It was my pleasure.
Thanks so much. Dr. Wayne Robinson, Deputy Governor of the Bank of Jamaica Research and Economic Program Division, BOJ. We throw it back to Muta when next you join us. We continue our outside broadcast from Sam Sharp Square with the Bank of Jamaica. Muta.
That was Dwight Fraser, live on location at the Sam Sharp Square. BOJ's National Financial Inclusion Strategy outside broadcast. Okay. Here we go. I know so one day would I hear Dwight from a program more than me, you know. I didn't know that it got happened, you know. So I was going to hear Dwight from a program more than me. All right. We're there with you. Malta back to school promotion. Get moving with Malta. Talking points. This is the talking points. You're going to find us with Michelle Corridor. This is the problem when you're reading things. Good afternoon, Michelle.
Good afternoon.
You may read things and make things sound ridiculous. you are the junior branch manager?
Right, of Malta.
Yes. So who's the senior?
We don't have a senior yet.
They don't have junior now. They don't should make you be the senior and then don't have a junior. I don't understand that. Them turn upside down, man. Anyway, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
So I see that we're having a big school promotion thing.
Yes, we're having a Malta back to school promotion. It was launched July 15 and it goes all the way up until September 8th.
So why start now and not during school time?
Because people need to prepare. So what we wanted to do is to give people a chance to, to relieve them, because, back to school time, it's a hard time and every little bit helps. So when we did it 2 years, we've been doing it for 2 years now, we realized that it doesn't matter if it's early, as in July, August, they all need the help.
That's true.
We came back again and we'll come back bigger and stronger. We're giving away a lot more things this year.
Oh, so you have a target, like how much students you cater for?
We're giving away a ton of prizes. So I don't have a target, but I know we're giving away prizes. It's an 8-week promotion. So this is the second week of the promotion. We're giving away $10,000 cash prizes, $25,000 cash prizes, tablets, laptops, Sangsters book vouchers, and then of course the 2 grand prizes that we're giving away is $500,000 towards tertiary education. So
all right, explain what
coming, and we're really trying to assist people, care for the ones who care for the ones they love.
Yes.
That's what Malta is all about.
All right, so explain what the prize is, what you have to do to get the prize. Okay,
so it's really simple and easy. All you have to do is buy, snap, and win. So you buy 6 Malta, any 6 Malta, so it could be 6 Malta cans, 6 Malta bottles. You take a picture of your receipt. You go to maltajamaica.com on your mobile phone, because I know so many people have, smartphones. So then go on their mobile phone, maltajamaica.com, click on the button to join to connect to our WhatsApp chat, and then you will send the picture of the receipt in. So every time you buy 6 Malta, that counts as an entry. So that's all you need to do. So the more times you enter, the more chances you get to win.
And if you don't have a smartphone?
If you don't have a smartphone, you know somebody that have a smartphone. Just borrow it, go to malta.com, maltajamaica.com, and submit your receipt, and you can get a chance to win. Okay.
I got tablets and all them things too.
We're giving away tablet, laptop, cash money, and book vouchers. So we make people set for the school year.
So these tablets will get rid of headaches and pain and all them things, right?
I wish. These tablets, These tablets will definitely go a long way in just helping with just persons learning and using it as a learning tool.
So wait, let me ask you now. How long is it? 8 weeks? It going for?
It's 8 weeks. So we started July 15th. So this is week 2.
Yeah.
So they were coming up on the end of week 2. So I have 6 more weeks to go. So July 15th to September 8th, you buy 6 Malta. If you want to buy 12 Malta, you can buy 12 Malta and you get 2 entries. And then you get a chance to win all of these prizes. And not only that, you could also, when you go to MaltaJamaica.com and you join our WhatsApp group, when you join our WhatsApp chat, you can get a chance to win instant prizes because we give away prizes in the actual WhatsApp itself.
Okay. So I can ask, I say that, I'm partners with some group. Is there a reason why you select, like, the specific partners, like NCD?
Problem. So, of course, we have NCD Insurance who offers the Omni Educator plan.
Okay.
I mean, definitely needed to have this financial partner on board. A great savings plan that pays 20% grant on the eligible value of the plan. So they are really big in investing, showing you how you can save to maximize your money, and so that at the end of it all, you get a bigger payout.
Yeah,
and then we have Quaker. And what is, I don't know if you've ever tried a Malta Quaker shake. It is so delicious. It gives you so much energy, and it's a great breakfast option. And, they're all about providing that nourishment for back to school.
A Malta Quaker shake.
A Malta Quaker shake.
That sounds like a dance. Like, it's like develop a dance from that. Get ding dong to develop a dance, man. Malta Quaker shake.
So it's so nutritious and it's so filling, and it's just so good for you. Okay. And then finally we have Rush Marketing and Sanctus Bookstore. Of course, Sanctus Bookstore, the place to go to get all your books and your supplies. And Rush Marketing has come on board to help us out with providing some of these laptops.
And I noticed that NCB is giving away $500,000 to 2 winners.
Right. So NCB has partnered with us to give away $500,000 each to 2 winners. So this will go towards the tertiary education. So even if you're not in college yet, maybe you're saving to go, maybe your child is young, you will get it in our Omni Educator plan, so it will build on the money and you'll get interest and you'll get even more bang for your buck when they're ready. So it's a big deal. This Malta Back to School promotion is a big deal.
No, you can't use that phrase again, you can't use big deal again. You can't use big deal again. That's not becoming a phrase.
I hear you. As I said, Malta now to make you false for back to school. Not at all. So all people have to do, go to MaltaJamaica.com, sign up so you're on our chat and you have chances to win. And of course, go and buy that Malta, guys. 6 bottles, 6 cans, give you an entry.
All right. Well, why you remind them now how you enter with the 6 Malta bottle, how you do it?
No problem. So how you enter, just remember the 3 things. You're going to buy, snap, and win. So you're going to buy your 6 Malta, snap a picture of your receipt, and go on MaltaJamaica.com to join our chat and enter to win.
Okay. All right, Mama. Give thanks, Michelle.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
I hope the next time I talk to you, you'll be senior branch manager rather than junior.
Thank you. Speaking it into being.
Okay. All right. That is a trust by Malta for all the back to school children them, and I guess it's the parents them going to do all these 6 buckle thing to enter, and you can actually win $500,000 from NCB. $500,000 in them time, trust me, can go a long way. Plus you have other prizes, $25,000, $10,000, tablets, laptop, and what them call 3 weekly winners of 15,000 Sanctus Bookstore voucher. So that your book thing them safe if you get all that. But $15,000 I'm gonna buy 1 book nowadays. That's serious thing. Okay. We're there with you. Where we there? We're there for the Steppin Razor still. All right. We are going in a Jamaica, little island, with these people who's in power. Power corrupt. Absolute power corrupt. Absolutely. That was said by I think it's a British man named Acton, Lord Acton. Yes. We see the government in England change. It's no longer that woman again. This is a man now where I am told he's a trumpet. We're going to call him a trumpet. And then we say Trump is in problem with the Mueller report, but him say not a problem and there's nothing different happening. If you don't mind sharp him win the election again, I tell you, nobody no easy, no Rasta. Nobody no easy. You're a woman I tell him say to our mother and our father dead, and then him ask them where she is, where them is. You never tell her there. Yeah man. The daughter is a migrant in a certain country, and she said, like the man asked her where the family, and him say, our mother and father dead, and Trump look on her and say, so where are they? Whenever I said it looked like a phone. It's the weirdest question that where and I 2 times asked her to, where are they? I tell you. Okay, so. We're there, so we did. And why we want to link, we hear that Cabo them, the group will leave for Ghana, is in Morocco, in the airport. And then we're waiting on a flight to Morocco. So we want to link with them and hear how them feel sitting in the airport for how much hours now, waiting for the next flight. It's a thing. So meanwhile we line them up. Because in West Africa, that for those of you who don't know, Morocco is in North Africa. Morocco is in North Africa. If you don't know that. Alright? That is where the Atlas Mountain is. And that is where the Moors coming through Mali, the Toro people, blue people them call them. Them black till them blue. Dogons, the people from Mali, them come through that area there, get influenced by the Arab influence, Muslim, Islamic influence, and them eventually, years ago, entered into Spain, a place named Granada. And they governed Granada for 700 years. So a lot of the Spanish culture and a lot of the influences of these black people helped to shape French culture. And if you go to Bordeaux and all these places, and if you go to Nice and all these places, you will see the remnants and the what you call it, the influences of North African black people who was called the Moors. They have a book named The Moors of Spain. Them don't come from Spain, but the man who write the book, Paul, is trying to show you how influential they were in Spain, that it eventually become almost like a Moorish colony. Okay, so, all right, here we go. I'm going to say good night over there and good day over here. Good night.
Good night over there and good day over here.
How you doing?
Good night, Mojo. How you doing?
But I am here, and I know say I whole heap of you so never know say we could have waited for that flight so long.
Mojo, it has been a while, believe me, but we're used to it. We're used to it. I think most of us here are used to this over 9-hour wait or 5-hour wait. Yeah. But just to quickly say, and thanks to Mr. Booth and to Lucky Foods Supermarket in Drathall, St. Anne, for facilitating this live link. He was one of the few persons who actually saw how important it was to ensure that while we were in Ghana, while we were traveling to Africa, that we could bring the live links back to Jamaica. So to Mr. Booth and to Lee Osborne, who made it possible for our broadcast assistant, Shamara Preston, to be here, to Brian Henry, Mr. Brian Henry, and to Yvonne Brown. Thank you so much. Musa, we are in Morocco, your favorite place, on our way to Ghana.
Marrakesh.
Well, we're in Casablanca.
I know it's Casablanca, that's where the airport is, but Marrakesh is my favorite place.
I know.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I met a lady today and she was telling me that you've got to come back. And when you do, you must go to Marrakesh. And I said, yes, I will. I have a colleague and a very good friend who literally lives there.
Yeah, man.
That's
Marrakesh. All right. So, I mean, like, how much ones eventually is on that tour?
All right. So basically, as you know, for this particular trip that's heading to Ghana now, because it's a process people are going. And a lot of Jamaicans have already gone. This particular outing, Sister P, who is leading the delegation, is right here. Members of the delegation are here. And Sister P, how many on this particular one?
It's 14 of us, but actually, let's say 15 of us.
Right, 15.
Sharon is meeting us over there.
All right, so 15 of us and the others who are there. So,
a good portion.
Russ Iowa is here.
Yes.
Greetings, Iowa.
From Calabash restaurant.
Yes, I'm going to tell you a story about Iowa. You know, Iowa carried shed pan, and he was eating quinoa salad. When people walk up and down and try something to eat, you know, Iowa had his shed pan mood. It's a crisis, I'm telling you, but it is what it is, you know, Calabash. And Jabbar is here. Greetings, Jabbar.
Greetings.
All right, Sister Barbara Lyons, and you're going to be hearing from them. Merchant Sharp, Cheryl Thompson, Vivian and Winston Salmon, Lawrence Hanson, and Kathleen and Hanson Lawrence, right now with us as part of the delegation. Some are actually meeting, but majority of us are here. We're broadcasting live actually from the Casablanca, the Oasis Lounge in the Casablanca airport. Right, which you should know very well. And as you said before, we have been here for a long time. We came in this morning, what time? Again, we came in this morning? 11:30, 11:45. Right, and it is up to 9 o'clock now, 10, going to 10.
How much o'clock on the land in Casablanca? How much o'clock?
11:45.
Okay. So
we're actually boarding, we're actually leaving Casablanca at 1 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And it's what? It's about 10 o'clock now.
Yes, Musa.
It's about 10 o'clock now up there.
Yeah. It's about 10, yes. But
okay.
People saying to you about the last of the airport so big.
No, man, the airport massive, man.
Now, I tell you, I walk about 3 miles already. Well, for the whole day, I think I must have gone about 6 miles.
Yeah, man, the Casablanca airport come like a little city.
It's a whole city. Total city.
We're supposed to be a really nice team, but some of us ended up in wheelchair. We'll talk about that one next time.
I want to tell you something, Cabo.
Yes, and yes, Muta, sorry.
You're going to get surprised when you reach in Ghana, because not the airport that you know is not the same airport. I mean, it's the same airport, but trust me.
I know, I've actually seen the photographs and the videos, so I kind of have an understanding of what they've done to
yeah, man, them wonderful, man. Not the same airport at all. Totally different.
Muta, we are actually on our way as part of the Year of Return 2019 celebration. You were first out early in the year.
February, yeah.
Right, in February. Because you went there for the Wellness Festival, I think it was, and the launch of the Year of Return.
Yeah.
So you have a pretty good idea what we're talking about. It's a year-long series of activities. It's culminating, it appears, with Panafest Sister P and the Emancipation Celebration.
Yes, they're having a music festival after the Panafest.
But this is at the high point, yes. Within the same period, this is at the high point of the...
Yeah, the Panafest is what people point to as the center of the whole thing.
Moto, not only is the airport the big one of the biggest airports I've ever been into. Let's make people realize that we're in Africa, because you know the things is a little roundhouse business and staying car and
I can't hear you good.
Now, may I say, not only is the airport huge, but my goodness gracious, Air Morocco airplane, it's big so till. You ever go by Air Morocco airplane?
No, but I know the business we are talking about. I know the business we are talking about.
It's one of the big ones.
Yes, yeah. The step for walk down off of the plane, humongous. I don't know if it's the same kind of airport where you come outside and then have walked to the thing, or you just have the ramp we carry you straight to the immigration.
No, the shuttle bus.
Oh, so you come out of the plane then and walk down the station.
Yeah. The shuttle bus take you. Yeah. Or you go on the tube. Mm-hmm.
And then the shuttle take you across there.
It's a really first class situation. But Jabi, and this was your first, Jabbar, this was your first time traveling to Africa. Yes. Your own perspective.
It was exciting. I think I'll be rewarded with my visit by being here.
Yes. And so far, so good?
So good.
All right, Jabi, what are some of the things you intend to? Because we spoke to you about that before, but I know that you, as a retired farmer, that you're looking into some agricultural aspects.
Yeah, I intend to go into the food stores, the market, and also the other stores where you sell apparel and so.
Muja, this is Jabi. We're in Morocco, as you know, Jabbar, and we're heading to Ghana. So, and we have a team. So what we want to do is to, and we know you have the music news coming up shortly. So one of the things we're going to do is go through real quickly so that we can get as many persons who are here as possible, saying hello and having a quick little conversation with you. So,
okay.
Iwa here. Muja did a story about Iwa. I think it's one or two stories. After the one over there, to sit on a wait like this, sitting there in hours, I was checking out hotel.
I saw her running. Tell him I saw her flex, no?
Tell him
I saw her flex, Iowa. We don't sleep on the floor, I sleep in a chair.
So tell me something, which hotel were you? Because remember now, Muja, those of us who you're talking to, you hear we sound tired? We've been kind of roughing it for 9 hours, you know. I was coming from a hotel, you know. Where are you coming from, sir?
It's a hotel in the airport.
Yeah, what's the name of it exactly?
What the name of it?
You know the name of it? What's the name of the hotel you stayed at?
I don't remember.
Yeah, really.
I tell you.
And the fastest hotel in the airport, because I'm more than one airport, hotel in this airport. Anyway, I was good to have you on the team.
Your daughter at All Out.
Oh, my daughter?
She's All Out.
Oh, she's doing the documentary now. She's filming this right now that we're doing this now. She's the one filming this thing now, and if you notice, we've been posting some of the videos already. She's filming. She's doing a documentary.
So we probably post the video.
As a matter of fact, she says it's very exciting.
Where you post the video then?
Alright, so there's irfm.net. Sorry,
Peter.
IRFM Facebook page. And
a Facebook, Peter said not see it. Him say a Facebook, I know irfm.net.
No, not that, Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Peter,
you know, you're not showing me them, Bridget. Peter Rasta. Peter, you're not showing me them. What is this brother Rasta?
They're coming into it slowly, but the good thing about where we are in the Oasis Lounge is that the Wi-Fi access is a ton up.
Yes.
And so we're able to do much more than you normally do, when you're traveling. So Facebook, we're also going to be Facebooking live once we get to Ghana. So we'll have people have been asking about that. But I want my brethren. How the trip so far?
Very great, I love it.
Of course.
Yeah.
5-star hotel. I can just imagine. But what are you looking forward most to when you head to Ghana? Because this is the first time in Morocco, even though your hotel is out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. That's really
You can't stop laughing. I know what you do. What are you looking forward to most in Ghana?
Well, when I actually arrive in Ghana, well, I just like to shop around and just things that just to get friends, family.
Right. And what said to me when we were coming through the Kingston airport that Calabash could be in Kingston airport, but you know, we charge $20 plate because they went to so much. He's looking at business prospects. Right. So this would be your first trip to Ghana. Yes. Is it your first trip to Africa, really?
Yes.
All right. What should the family say? Okay, now. Calabash family?
Yes, Calabash family. Everyone is Calabash. I'm quite all right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You'll see this video on our Facebook page shortly, irfm.net. You're just a laugh. But great work. Great work to be in terms of what you're doing so far.
You know, I have to laugh because I listen to Iowa and Jabba, and I'm saying one of the things that didn't come out is the fact that this is their first time in Africa, but their impression of Africa being, because somehow they don't feel like, or it doesn't come across as if they are in Africa because we're in Morocco. You know, I mean, like, did you expect this?
They must know that the first black people colonize Spain come from Morocco and Mali, the Moors. And that's where them come from.
We came in a while ago, Muta. And it is always good to underscore that, so people can put it in perspective and understand that, you know, when we say we're going to Africa, and when we say we're going home, we're literally going into places that, we were once kings, once rulers, once the greatest civilizations of the world, literally. That did not necessarily underscore to the extent that it needs to be, but it is what we prove when we take a journey like this, right, my sister Sharon? Right? Sure, John, man, please. You just say hello, Sher. Only Sheraton thing. Only say hello. Let me hear from my sisters who are here, Muja. Sheraton thing is here, and Merchant Sharp here also. Merchant, my sister. Sure, we're not going to keep it down, man. I just wanted to signal us something. I know we're all tired, boys. What a marathon, but still a beautiful one. This is Sheraton thing. Cheryl, greetings again.
Hello.
Right. I've been watching you. Muja, Cheryl, is this your first trip to Africa?
It's my first trip, yes.
What's your first impression?
Well, it's an eye-opener. I'm seeing things that I've ever seen before in National Geographic magazine.
Wow. Tell us about some of those things. That's a good way to describe it, yeah.
Even just the people walking around and the clothing that they wear, the knickknacks you see being sold, the souvenirs in the various boutiques. It is really mind-blowing.
Wow.
Yes.
It is true. So in other words, you weren't necessarily expecting this.
Not to this extent. It's exactly as the pictures have depicted in the magazine. And this is something that I never thought I would ever live to see, to ever experience in this lifetime. So I'm really overwhelmed by it. Really enjoying it.
Wow. And Muja, this is Jackie's sister.
Cabo.
Sorry, yes.
You must tell them, say, anytime them land in a Ghana, them are going to see a duplicate of some people them know from up here.
Right, yes.
Because you have people in Ghana where anytime you see them, you can't believe them are not Jamaican.
That is true. You went into your father, you went into your mother, you went into your sister, you feel like if people call her, hey, where are they at? You know? But we're on our way there.
You know, we have to move, you know, definitely. We have sorry.
If you juggle anything, I tell you, all right, Merchant.
Yeah, we have some outside broadcasts and Neil have to come in at you, Neil.
Fine. So thank you so much. And next time you hear from us,
you will be in Ghana.
Ghana, inshallah.
All right, sir. Give thanks. Give thanks, Mama. All right. That was sorry, sir. That was a little snippet of the delegation that leave here to go to Ghana. There's in the airport in Casablanca. Okay, we now join Dwight Fraser live on location at Sam Sharp Square, BOJ's National Financial Inclusion Strategy. Yes.
Irie FM, at the
Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay, where the Bank of Jamaica having their financial inclusion strategy road tour, and certainly it has been an awesome day and a good build-up. The vibes is right. The information being shared is about financial inclusion, and many of the persons in and around St. James, and of course in and around this metropolis coming down and getting the information. Salem, Flanker, Lilliput, Rosal, Tucker, Roseites, Cambridge, Orange, Irwin, Granville, just to name a few. Persons have left happier because the information that they receive certainly will empower them as it regards setting up business or expanding it. We should be joined on the line now by Valerie Vera, and Valerie Vera is the CEO of the JBDC, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. Valerie, are you online with us? No? All right, not hearing Valerie. Valerie, are you there? No? All right, it means we'll have to continue then. All right, and just to add that today's outside broadcast here at Sam Sharp Square, earlier we spoke with Melanie Williams, and Melanie Williams, she's National Financial Inclusion Coordinator, explained to us that given today's outside broadcast, we began in Morant Bay some months ago, then traversed to St. Mary, Port Maria to be exact. And the feedback from the general populace was excellent in that people gathered information how to empower themselves financially. Financial inclusion, just in the event you might be wondering, means improving access to financial products, services, and information for Jamaican citizens and entrepreneurs, and also as well as increasing the usage of such financial services which will empower the ordinary consumer. And in having a discussion earlier on with a representative of the Bank of Jamaica, Dr. Wayne Robinson, he spoke to the situation of inflation which affects the ordinary consumer. Valerie Vera is online now, we understand. Valerie?
Hello, hi.
Yes, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm pretty well, thanks.
All right, Dwight Fraser, having a quick discussion with you as it regards today's financial inclusion strategy from the Bank of Jamaica. My opening question to you, though, as the representative of the JBDC, Jamaica Business Development Corporation, tell us about your role at the JBDC.
Well, I happen to be the Chief Executive Officer,
Head Cook and Bottle Washer,
and at the JBDC, and we are the lead agency in government for the development of the MSME sector. And we have been in existence for about 19 years now.
Okay. All right. So what are some of the business development services that the JBDC then offers to the medium, small, and micro enterprises?
Well, we offer full service, and we would say we offer from concept to market and all in between. And what that means is that we start with the idea, helping our clients to filter their ideas into viable business opportunities. And we take them right through the process to market, because Think Jamaica Shop belongs to JBDC. And so we prepare them not only for our shops, but for any other market that is good for them, you know?
That is regional and international markets.
Yeah, of course. That's our main aim, because when we prepare the client, no matter how small they are, it's with that market in mind. So standards, your labeling, your process that needs to be done in the right way, all of that becomes important, no matter how small you are, you know. So we have technical people on staff, so we have engineers, food technologists, etc., help you to design your product. And we have persons helping you to design the packaging, so you look right when you go into the marketplace.
And look presentable when you're in the market space as well.
Presentable, attractive, must-have, whether you are a product or a service. Yes.
But Valerie...
Go
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. In your experience, though, what are some of the common challenges that the micro entrepreneurs would face, though? Because we know that things rough out here.
Yeah, but the first thing that we have to deal with is the mindset.
Yes.
To move people from thinking that only large companies are in business.
Yes.
To the point where you move from, say, you do a hustle and you do a thing, to actually doing a business.
Yes.
No matter how tiny that business is, it must be approached in a business-like structured way, So you need to understand your financials. You need to know what your cost is like and what your pricing should be. And structure it so that if you go to a financial institution for money or so on, you can present yourself in a proper way.
Indeed. And of course, once you change that mindset, then people can see themselves beyond just a little corner store or a little shopping at the yard. Yes.
To
I like that.
At yourself, once you start thinking business, you start organizing yourself in a different way. And you start presenting yourself in a different way. And you start speaking and positioning that product in the market in a different way. And that's what we are about. And
all right, Valerie.
We have no concept that because you're doing some tambourine ball, you can't do a little stuff.
Right. And in closing, how can entrepreneurs find out more information about JBDC's program for the micro, small, medium enterprises?
Our website, which is www.jbdc.net. Or they can call our offices. We have numbers 928-5161 up to 5.
Yes.
Or if it's digital, you can call our digital line, which is 876-618-5232. And of course, I know you're talking to me from Montego Bay, and we actually have an office in St. James at Shop 11, 4 Cottage Road in the
Shop 11
Plaza.
Shop 11?
Shop 11 at 4 Cottage Road.
4 Cottage Road.
Plaza. And the telephone number is 953-4477. And our manager is Simone Morrison. So they have no excuse. You can call the number of I said earlier, which is our main office in Kingston.
Right, or visit Shop 11.
Right there in Montego Bay at Shop 11 at 4 Cottage Road. So we want to hear from all, and there's nobody too small to come to JBDC.
All right. Thanks again, Ms. Valerie Vera, the CEO of the JBDC. Thanks again.
Great. Have a great evening.
And same to you. So at this juncture now from the outside broadcast in Montego Bay, the Bank of Jamaica, we throw it back to studio. When we come back again, just a little after 5, we'll be having the last link, and then we'll be bringing the curtains down. Muta.
Yes, that was Dwight Fraser, live on location at the Sam Sharp Square, BOJ's National Financial Inclusion Strategy outside broadcast. Yes, so we give thanks for whatsoever is offered to us. We give thanks. So you're at it all. Young, they are with me. Peter, they are with me. Neil, somewhere out there.